Welcome Dr. Hall and his staff back. Again, you've guided this committee through many employment reports in the past. We appreciate the work you do and the explanation of the data that you provide. Today's employment report shows some positive signs. Everyone wants the economy to improve, and particularly the labor market. We're glad for the increases in jobs we are seeing. But looking at it closely, while there are job gains, the rate of job creation is not accelerated enough to keep up with the population growth and encourage all the people who lost their jobs that they soon can find work again. It's been 21 months since the recession ended, and we are still down 7.2 million non-farm payroll jobs from when it started. The unemployment rate at 8.8%, of course, remains unacceptably high, but also is not telling us the whole story, as I'll explain in a moment. There's been fundamental disagreements about the proper role of government in facilitating an economic recovery between Republicans and Democrats, and that disagreement continues even now, 39 months after the last recession started. Democrats, unfortunately, in Congress do not want to change course. But the federal spending spree has not been productive. It loaded up the nation with debt so large the focus of business managers, investors, foreign governments, international institutions, and the public at large now is how the United States can meet its financial obligations. How high will taxes rise, and what form will they take? Is the government resorting to money creation to ease its interest and principal payments? Is there a chance it will default on its obligations? These questions, incredible as it may seem, are being asked of the United States government. This is a big part of the reason why private investment and hiring have not resurged as they did in the past after similarly severe recessions. I want to show you a chart of payroll jobs. You know, as you can see, we've not moved far from the bottom we hit shortly after the recession officially ended, and the trajectory of job growth is far weaker than in past recoveries. I want to also show you a chart of the U.S. labor force participation rate. This chart shows the percentage of the population in the labor force as defined by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and the percentage has shrunk. The chain of causation is clear. Businesses fear the cost of encroaching intrusive government and are reluctant to expand sufficiently to create enough job openings for all of our workers. In turn, many people have simply left the labor force. The labor force now is smaller than 39 months ago, despite the fact that the working age population of 16 years and older has been increasing. This is happening in what used to be called the land of opportunity. Republicans want to cut federal spending to relieve the pressure on the private economy. We must reassure the nation and the world that the United States will bring its deficits and its debt under control. It will not burden the economy with stifling taxes either. Increasing taxes to fund the expansion of government depresses the private economy's growth prospects over the longer term, and that has chilling effects on businesses and consumers right now. The Keynesian argument that increased government spending boosts aggregate demand and that a spending reduction would hurt the recovery falls apart completely when investors, businesses, and consumers focus on the increased future size of government, the permanently larger share of resources it will claim, and the myriad ways in which it will hamper private economic growth. The tepid job and employment growth so long after the recession ended should convince everyone that high levels of federal spending are not what the economy needs. To reduce federal borrowing, we must cut federal spending, not try to lock it in or raise taxes. The expected after-tax real rate of return drives business investment and hiring decisions. If we want businesses to offer hundreds of thousands of additional jobs month after month for years to come, which is what it will take to return the labor force and unemployment rate to normal levels, then we must not burden expected returns with higher taxes, inflation, interest rates, and restrictive regulations. And if the private economy grows, there will be more money for government to spend as well. But let's not put that cart before the horse. With that, I yield back, Mr. Chairman.